Stitches here. Welcome to my channel where together we sew. If you're brand new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell for notifications so you'll know when I post videos like this one or when I go live. It doesn't cost you anything, but it sure helps me out a whole lot. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. I love seeing you all here and your comments down below. Feels like I'm with a bunch of friends, so I love it. Today I've just got a really quick UFO update for you. I don't have a whole lot to show you this week. I didn't get a whole lot done. I've got a lot of prep work still to do for my upcoming retreat next week, and that's what I've been working on mostly. Plus we had a death in the family, so the last week has been kind of chaotic. My husband had to go out of town for a funeral, and I had all the kids for several days by myself, so a little bit behind, a little frazzled, but it's okay. I'll get there, I'll catch up, everything will be fine. But I did finish 2 of my UFO blocks. I've had this quilt cut out for quite a while. It's one of those that I cut and then I had to put aside because I had other things going on and I never got back to it. I think I've had it cut for at least a year. That's really bad, I know. But I did misspeak last week. I told you guys it was the origami quilt pattern because I did have that one over here next to me, but I realized that I picked up the wrong one, and it's actually the star-crossed quilt pattern it's the same designer from Chelsea Stratton of Sherry and Chelsea. They're designers for Moda Fabrics, and then they both write patterns. Sherry and Chelsea write them separately. I tend to go more for Chelsea's patterns. They tend to speak to me a little bit more than Sherry's patterns, but that's because a lot of Sherry's patterns have like hexes, and I don't like to do hexes, so that's the only difference. But they both write great patterns. But I showed you guys the origami pattern, and that's actually, I'm going to use that for something else, for another fabric line. But it's the star-crossed pattern, and that is available in Chelsea's shop. I think it's Chelsea Stratton or Stratton Designs on Etsy. But that's what this is. It's the star-crossed pattern. Like I said, I've had it cut for quite a while, and the blocks are actually really easy, so I don't know why I didn't just sew them. Yeah, stuff comes up, you forget, you put it aside, and then I pulled out this pile of fabric a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, just kind of forget what it is, and I'm glad I pulled it out, though, because I really love this fabric. It's one of their fabric lines from, I believe, not last spring, but the previous spring, so yeah, it's been a while. So I got those done. I think they're going to sew it pretty quickly, so hopefully I'll get this UFO done within a few weeks. We'll see, because I've got a lot going on between the Fort Worth Fabric Studio so long, the Pastry Shop Block of the Month, which has been awesome so far, and I've got the Pumpkin Palooza on my channel, Saturdays with Steph, going on. So I've got a few things going on, plus the retreat, so we'll see if I can get some of these other blocks done. Only so many hours in a day. We need like 48-hour days so we can do more sewing, right? Anyway, and then I did get one of my coriander Christmas quilt blocks done, the block of the month that she had from 2 years ago, I believe. I think it was 2020, using her Holly Berry line, which a few of you have asked where you can get some of this fabric because it is really pretty, but it's not available. I haven't seen any online in a real long time. There may be some local quilt shops in remote areas that might have some, but this line sold out really fast because it's so gorgeous. I wish Corey would do another Christmas line because this was just beautiful. But here's my block this week. So this is block 9, I believe. So I only have 3 more blocks left, so I'm really excited about that. But then I did look ahead a little bit in the book, and there's a bunch of finishing. There's going to be some sashing and some finishing stars we have to make. So those will probably take, I'm getting about 1 of these done a week. These blocks are not hard, but they're time consuming because there's lots of pieces in them, and they're big blocks, which is great because I can't even imagine having all these pieces in a smaller 12-inch block. These are 18-inch blocks, but they are taking quite a while. I consider myself a pretty prolific quilter, and each one of these blocks is taking several hours. So I'm only getting 1 done a week because I can't devote more than that time to making them. So I'm thinking I will have the blocks done in another 3 weeks since I'm getting about 1 done a week. But then I think it's probably going to take an additional couple weeks to get the whole top done because it looks like the finishing is got just about as many pieces as some of these blocks do. So that could take a little bit of time, but that's okay. I'm getting there. And at this pace, I'm going to have it done for Christmas, which I'm so excited about. So that'll be nice. So this is block 9 again. I will hang all these up behind me in the next, maybe not next week's UFO. Next week's UFO, if I do it, will be really quick. So whatever I finish this, or for this next week, because I will be leaving Wednesday for the retreat. So, yeah, so I don't know if I'll hang them all up next week, but maybe the week after I can hang them all up so you guys can start to see what it's going to look like, because it's really pretty. I'm super excited about it. So I'm glad I'm making progress there. And again, like I said, this pattern behind me is the star-crossed pattern from Chelsea Stratton of Sherry and Chelsea. And it's their fabric line. I believe it was called, don't quote me, Summer Sweet, I think. So, yeah, it's going to be really pretty. I'm excited to get that done. Like I said, that one's quick and easy. It's not going to take very long. I've got everything cut for it. Like I said, I've had it cut for quite a while. I just put it aside and kind of sort of forgot about it. And that's what these UFO things are for, right? So, I know a lot of you out there have said you are doing your UFOs along with me, so yay, good job. If you post picture, if you are on social media, post pictures and tag me, Stephanie Stitches, so I can see your UFOs, because that's always fun for me. I've not met a quilt that I don't like, so I love seeing all your creations. Just gets my creative juices going, and it just gives me a little thrill. Speaking of which, I've got a couple of quilts in a quilt show here in Ohio in Amish country. I'm going to be going down there the next day. I'm going to a Corey Yoder trunk show, which I'm really excited about, because you guys know how much I love Corey Yoder's fabrics, and so hoping to take some pictures of some of that and show you guys some of the quilts that are hanging up there, and seeing my quilts hang. It's always neat, even if, you know, not a judged thing, but it's kind of neat just to see your quilts hanging up. So that's going to be fun for me. So that's what I'm going to be having coming up this weekend. Instead of a regular sew along on Saturdays with Steph, I'm going to do a video of all the quilts and show you guys what I saw and chat with you about it. So I hope to see you then, Saturdays with Steph, 5 p.m. this Saturday. Take care, everybody. Have a great week, and hopefully you get some sewing in. Bye.